needles, you get a whole bunch of supply. What do you throw them out? Is that the needles?
One use.
Well, you only use the needles. I use the needles while you're in my office, and then I take them out and put them away in a receptacle that is then discarded in the
it's not
proper
like
passive
reusing.
waste kind of way.
You're sterilizing.
No, all the needles I
them,
use are single-use sterile.
I think that was my point.
Okay.
Was you're sterilizing them and then you.
Yeah, I never use. I don't autoclave. I just use new, fresh needles with every single person every single time.
The tubes there, you just put the tubes down and then you press down on the needle?
Yeah, the tubes decrease any discomfort that might be possible with needles because it really focuses the needle from bending. Bending needle means that it's going to increase the likelihood of... so throughout your skin, you have all these superficial little nerves.
Yeah.
Nowhere for me to know where they are. And if you put a needle in, most of the time it's nowhere near one and you don't feel anything. But if it's close to one, you might get a little pinch. If it's right on top of one, it'll pinch and it'll stay pinchy. And you tell me that, I just take it right out and put it back in.
I've had back surgery. They've had to put needles in the
it's
back,
nothing like,
so.
you know, if you've gone through the shots, the HCG shots, or the IVF process, or surgery, it's nothing like that at all. It's so much more pleasant.
Did you see the needle?
Yeah.
So if you do a pulse measurement, measure some of the pulse, what can you tell?
Well,
from women's point of view.
What's it?
From women's point of view.
I've gone to a point where I'm really good at pulse diagnosis, so I could focus on very specific details of your physiology. I could look just at your uterus, or I could look at your kidneys' impact on your reproductive system.
Can you give an example for one of us?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the process, I'd be happy to do that.
Okay.
But actually, my pulse reading is based on the compass. Yeah. So I actually have no idea where north, south, east, west is in this room, so I couldn't be as accurate as I would like to be. But everything I do is based on the compass. So if I want to feel your uterus specifically, I need to know where north, south, east, west is. Yeah, I mean, I can, generally speaking, for everyone who comes in, I look at 12 different organs, which includes essentially your vena cava and your aorta, which are part of the process. I look at 12 Chinese meridians, and I also look at what's called the 6 divisions, where pathogens might fall within these different energetic lines of the body. Yeah, there's a lot. The pulse gives a crazy amount of information if you know how to.
Oh, that's what I heard. I'm a Chinese.
Yeah.
So the acupuncture actually is a very common technique people use in daily life when they don't feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you don't need to know what the problem is with...
From a Western perspective, it's helpful. The more information anyone comes in with, the more I can do. But I do my entire own diagnostic process. And, you might have read books about like the infertility cure, or other books that have information about Chinese medicine, about the various different kinds of diagnoses that we have. Spleen qi deficiency, kidney yang deficiency, there's a whole array of them. And from my perspective, I'm looking at your pulse and I'm figuring out what's wrong, what's going on, what's imbalanced for you specifically. Because you are going to be different from you. Even if you have even if you both have spleen qi deficiency, you're going to have different patterns that I need to suss out.
So the doctors, with me, the doctors don't know. I've experienced 4 miscarriages in the first trimester. The doctors don't know why, and then after that, I can't get pregnant. The doctors don't know why. So you can...
Yeah, I would look and focus on all the criteria that are important to me in terms of what could potentially be going on there. Could it be imbalance with progesterone, that your body is not able to produce it in a healthy way, that you're not maintaining the lining? Is it a problem with the fibroids that you mentioned? Are they causing physical issues? There could be an array of issues that need to be dealt there. But I believe that that's possible to do. That's my perspective. Any other questions?
Yeah, actually I do.
Okay.
I'm actually an acupuncturist.
Oh, fantastic. What's...
Linda Hilliker.
Hi.
Nice
to meet you.
Anyway, I'm going to talk with you afterward.
That's great.
I'm treating someone now, and I'm treating this person for a really now she wants to get pregnant, but she's single.
Yeah.
And like today's the day, she's having, she's not
Insemination.
having- Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But, so I'm thinking, maybe she needs to like orgasm to,
Yeah.
you know, so might need to give her a call and say, hey,
Yeah.
you home.
Absolutely, that's a great,
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
thought about it for after insemination, but,
Yeah.
I mean, insemination, the process is more, I mean, I guess it depends on how invasive, I guess, it is with insemination, whether doing directly in the uterus or if it's,
I
like
think
the,
it varies.
what's it called, the turkey baster approach, you know?
I'll have to find out.
But
But
that,
in general, it would make a lot of sense.
I think
wouldn't
so, and it also would release a whole lot of the hormones that I
it?
think are part of the
Actually,
process.
either way, it would release hormones,
Yeah,
right? So
right.
it might hurt.
Right,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Any other questions?
How much does a session cost?
For me, it's $115 for the initial and $85 for follow-ups. That puts me a little higher than kind of the average, but it's not the highest. I try to put my price in a place where I think people can come in, and people are paying for my experience, which is a decade of focusing on this. So I think that's beneficial.
So how many times, how often people have to come in?
People come in weekly at first. If I have like a 2-month window, once I get you to that point where I want you, then I see you every other week until we get to that closer to the actual cycle, and then weekly again. And then through the first trimester, if you're successful, then I see you through the first trimester.
So do we have to come to you from beginning to end? Say with the pills, they had me on the pills to regulate me, and then they're gonna take me off and we're gonna try, and say I do get pregnant, but I wanna come to you during the first trimester so I don't miscarry. Or do I have to come to you from beginning?
I'll work with you in whatever way you want to work with me. Ideally, you're working with me from the beginning to the end, because then I'm able to deal with a whole lot of issues that are